Talking Cougar basketball with the head coach and athletic director at Columbia College, Bob Burchard. My name is Cosmo. Coach, congratulations on a big weekend here at CC. It was quite an atmosphere at Southwell with Freed Hardman here, new to the conference. Number 2 on the women's side against your ladies at number 12, and then the men's battle was an epic contest as well.
It was a very exciting day to be here on campus in Southwell, Cosmo. You could just feel the electricity in the air. There was a lot of talk leading into the game from all sides because it really had, regular season championship and tournament seeding ramifications to it. All 4 teams are national level teams. Had a gym full of people, and you could just feel it. And I've heard so many people talking about the day, just in general, since that Saturday. One of the just the excitement, and then a lot of people just sheer exhaustion.
Yeah.
To go through 2 such exciting games.
Well, and to have it, and I think this building has seen a lot of those high energy, high atmosphere kind of contests, but usually it's a championship game or a postseason or a week where similar last year where both teams are cutting down nets and have that atmosphere. Some Woods rivalry games over the years, but for a near the end of the year regular season, technically, even though there was a lot on the line, obviously for both squads, and unfortunately Coach Davis's team came up a bucket short, but it was high intensity on the court and in the crowd for sure.
I think our fans in particular really appreciate high level play, Cosmo, and our fans that come every single game we ever play, they really like to see great competition, and they got that in 2 games. And then I think just the excitement of having a full place. You hear about it all the time, home court, and just the feeding off the energy of a crowd. And I think that really occurred in that day for both teams. One of the hard things on the men's side is that we're sitting in the locker room preparing because we have to get out and warm up as soon as the first game's over. And you hear the reactions going on, but you're not really sure what's happening. And we didn't have it on the TV because we were focused on trying to prepare for our game. And you just wanted to know, okay, somebody just did something really big, or you could hear the crowd react maybe in a more negative way. And so those are fun days. It's fun days to be a part of athletics. And hopefully we have more of those out in front of us.
As far as the actual ball game itself, different from the game down at their place at Freed Hardman earlier in the year. You fell behind or had a lead by a dozen or so, and then ended up losing by 15, I believe it was. And in this contest, you were the team that had to claw from behind and get that run down the stretch and put it away with a lot of foul trouble. A couple of your bigs out of the ball game. Patrick was out. Gerardo was out on fouls. So you really had to claw through the end to get the victory.
The games were similar in that there were big swings. The outcome was different, which we're happy about. But and there was a ton of problem solving. The games were similar in that there was a lot of chess play going on, a lot of maneuvering in terms of changing what you were doing on the run during the game. We did have to problem solve with losing both Patrick and Gerardo and to foul trouble. I think that just really kind of accented how important it is for us to have our full complement of players, to have everybody starting to play at a high level at the right time. Having Derek in this game was extremely important. He didn't get a chance to play in the first game. Obviously, he gave us some offensive firepower, but defensively he made some great plays and had some great assists. And then Malik, back healthy, had a stretch in there, Cosmo, that was beyond his freshman years. He made a couple of really big defensive plays and made one really super assist to Pep Stansel at a really important time. And so hopefully he can build off of that confidence-wise. And I know he's feeling better physically, and now he's got to be feeling better about his game.
I was saying, and that to that point, number one, it's one thing to try and help get that mental side of coming back from an injury, but also to have a big play like that in a big game like that to help the overall, not just the physical, but the mental hurdle to continue to power him down the stretch here as you get 2 regular seasons games left. It's hard to believe. And then with a team like Freed Hardman in the conference, just builds the whole all the programs up. Everybody has to rise up to that level when you have now several teams at the top in the AMC.
Well, I think obviously Freed brings a lot of class to the conference. It's the first time in the history of the AMC that at one point in time to have 2 teams that reached the number 1, ranking. Obviously, we weren't there when we played, but we had been positioned there. And I think that just says a lot for the expansion of the league. Makes it harder, in terms of, for everybody, in terms of distance, but also the quality in the programs. But we're glad that they joined the association, and I think games like we had this last Saturday, where you actually get to witness those types of games, will make a rivalry start to develop, where people will kind of mark that on their calendar and say, yeah, I think that's a game I want to go watch.
Yeah, it was an opportunity to see a new school, a new team come here, and as you said, I have a feeling that could be one that might see a rematch. Who knows, the way the brackets lay out here with 2 regular season games left on the road, and then at home with MOBAP coming up for Senior Day. Talk a little bit about a couple of the seniors on your. Actually, let's take a break here. We'll come back and we'll talk about the Player of the Week in the AMC, Devin Griffin, one of those seniors, and the rest of the senior class as Senior Day coming up upon us. And before you know it, AMC tournament time. Back with the head coach of the Cougars, Bob Burchard, right after this.